we just looked at the Juniper house and we really like it. It's 2-story, which has some advantages and disadvantages. It overlooks this beautiful country view. There's just kind of...
He's saying it's right behind you.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
There's that, which is beautiful, but the house itself overlooks that beautiful country view. There's cows out in the distance, and it's just really great. That's what you would look out from our patio at, and the office or study. It's going to be a nice quiet view. This house also has a nice kitchen with bed, like it has a gas stove, and it's very new. The house is only a few years old, so the appliances get a little older than that. A nice microwave as well. And it's laminate still, but it looks like it's granite laminate. So it has kind of a nicer feel, pretty tile. I like the carpet throughout, except for the game room has a huge stain on the carpet, which would either need to be replaced or covered for the time being.
That's one of my favorite things about that house is not the carpet, but the game room, because upstairs it's so open, but you still have the bedrooms or the office, whatever you want to make it, on the side. And I mean, you could put your TV up there, you could have a lot of room to do whatever you wanted to do, and you still have the master downstairs and the area downstairs for people that, whether it's kids that are upstairs, whether it's us and girls that, you know, whoever you want to just have, it's still different for that. And then, I mean, of course, the location is the number one factor. Maybe not the location, but the neighborhood, as far as this and the pools and everything else. It makes it's much better than anything that we have in Mesquite. But it's just, and the house is kind of comparable to some of the other ones, but it's just a matter of being what, you know.
This one has 2 neighborhood pools, at least 2 neighborhood parks, maybe more, walking trails everywhere. It has a high school, 2 elementary schools, and a middle school just right in the neighborhood. They're all fairly new schools. I noticed one of the elementaries at least is exemplary, and I think all of them are. I'd have to check. So that's a nice convenience for if this is a long-term home for us or for resale value.
The sun sets east and west, which I think from the way that the house was laid out, of course the sun sets east and west, but I think it's going to be right in the middle. Yeah, I think it's going to be opening up to the front door and then setting it where the master is and the porch is, which is nice, but at the same time it can get really hot that way too if we were grilling or if we were outside or something like that. So that could be a bit of a negative as well.
And what kind of things would you need to buy for that house? Like ceiling fans?
Yeah, that's true.
All of them, there were no fans in the entire house. It was all lights, and even the lights weren't all that good. And especially with it being 2 stories, in order to help with the electricity, you have to be able to have some ceiling fans just to hopefully cool off some of the things, which it's the cheapest one, maybe not cheapest, but it's the lowest priced house that we're looking at. So I mean, we would be able to hopefully afford a few of those things that we need, but at the same time, do we want to be paying for that?
I would probably have to find, it's not a big deal, but there's not much storage in the bathroom, but there is a space available to put either a small armoire or open shelves or something to fill all that. I would just have to purchase that piece of furniture.
And this house was 2,700 square feet, a little bit more than that, I think.
Yeah, Juniper is 2667.
And 129,000.
Almost
Okay.
130,000.
Yeah.
HOAs are $460 a year. Taxes are almost $4,000 a year. So you have
All things to consider.
that
Yep.
as well. But the list price is the lowest one of the 3 that we're mainly looking at. So a lot of good, couple negatives. Also this one overlooks the front yard, looks out at that really hideous water feature. So every day when we drive home, that's the first thing we see as we turn that corner or drive down our street is this really big water plant. So when company comes, that's also the first thing they see.
So you have to take them in the house and out the back door.
Right, immediately.
Real quick.
And so you sort of have to explain to everyone, you know, yes, that's an eyesore, but come inside, look at the house, it's beautiful inside
Yeah.
and in the back. So maybe the guy suggested I get on the board and fight for a tree line there, which would help that.
Great idea.
So anyway, lots to think about.